welcome to Java Smart. My name is Jayapratap Singh. In this tutorial, I'm going to show you a dependency injection, setup-based dependency injection using interface. So let's get started. I'm going to create an interface. I will name it as my interface. Okay, I'm just writing my interface, and inside that interface I'll write two methods. I'll declare two methods: void set name method, just a sample method, just declaration, and then another one will be show. So I have two methods in this interface. Now I'm going to write an implementation for this interface. So I'll write a class, my class. I'm just giving name as my class. Okay, so I have this class which will implement that interface. So my interface. Okay, so I need to add unimplemented methods. So now I will implement these methods. So I have a string here, private string name field, and then I'll do, just a minute, I forgot one thing. I have to pass this vector here. This method takes one argument, so that's why I had to mention that. String name. Now this dot, okay, so I've set the value, and now I have this method show, which will just print this value. So system so just write the field, and now we have to create a bean. So what I'll do, I'll write a bean, so the ID will be the interface name, my interface. This will be the ID for this bean, but the class will be the implementation name. So my class will be the class for this bean. Now I need to set the property. So set a method I have. So I need to set the which field I have. I have name field in the class. Yeah, so I need to set the name. So name value, I'm going to give interface. Interface example. This is the name which I'm giving. Okay, so there's some issue in this. What is that? Okay, one equal to was missing. Yeah, so we are done. Now let's try to get the bean. So what I'll do, I'll write get bean method. I'll call the get bean method get bean, and inside that, instead of passing the class ID bean name, I'll pass a interface ID bean name. So that is my interface. So what is the advantage of doing this? I'll explain to you. My face, my equals to, I have to type cast it to my interface. Okay, so now I need to call show method. Yeah, so now let's try to run. Let's see what happens. Okay, so it is printing interface example, which is the value I have passed here inside my implementation class of this interface. So okay, so let me explain what is the advantage of getting the bean of type of my of type interface and passing the implementation here in configuration file. It's like if you have an interface which has some method, so for that, like, you can directly pass the interface name as bean ID, and here you can pass the implementation class. That means, like, whenever you want to have another implementation of the same interface, that you can write, and then using the same interface name you can call and you can perform the operation. Yeah, let me show you this by some other example. Like, I can have whatever class I write. I have this class. I'll copy this. Oh, what happened? My class 2, let's say. This is the name I'm giving to this class. Okay, so I need to rename. Yeah, I have renamed it. Copy it and then paste this implementation here. That's it. And if you try to run this once again, let's see what happens. Yeah, so still it is printing expected output, that is interface example. That means, like, if you have many implementation of an interface, you can write this is used like database connection. If you write one DO interface and you are writing different implementation for that DO as per the requirement, like if you are writing Spring DO, JPA, Hibernate, that kind of things, if you are using, so different implementation you can use. So that's the advantage of using interface in your configuration file. So that's it. Thanks for watching this tutorial, and in next tutorial I will explain some other concept.